Alright, so we know we need to go to Mizuho. I should go report into Tiga. Ah, Lloyd, the news has reached my ears. I am told you're prepared to separate the worlds immediately. The people of Mizuho are planning to move to Silverant, right? I fear now that we've provoked the ire of the king. No place for us remains in Tethealla. I see no cause to cling to this land of art out of sentiment. However, you got some problem with the plan? We lack the time. I fear the deadline has come upon us too soon. We've no choice but to remain. What? Everyone's still out on their missions. We've got people inside the Renegades, people in Mel Tokyo, some in Silverant even, thanks to the Renegades. We have resolved that those left in Silverant are to follow Sheena. We have faith she will do what is best. Wait, so does that mean you're coming to Silverant too, Sheena? Well, obviously. What, you were planning to make a pact with the summon spirit without me? Staying here just isn't an option. And you're alright with that? I don't see how I have much choice. I can't leave the world to suffer, and I won't abandon you guys. We will leave this place eventually. We will travel to some new corner of Tethealla, somewhere beyond the King's Eye. I'm sorry. I made a promise to you all, and now our agreement stands. Some of us will live in Silverant. Don't worry about it, Lloyd. As long as I'm here teaching the chief's Igaguri-style ninjutsu, I'll be home. We'll still be the people of Mizuho. You'll have kept your promise. Now go, leave us. We shall be fine. Go and cleave the world apart as quickly as possible, as you're able. And to do that, we need to know who's staying and who's going. Let's hurry to the next town. Okay. We're supposed to take a tour of Tethealla. So let me check the phone and see what other places we're supposed to go to. Tethealla. Okay. Genus, welcome back, and Rain too. Hi everybody. What are you doing here? Mythos was teaching me about different clouds. Yeah, you can tell what the weather's gonna be like or if a storm's coming just from the cloud shapes. That's amazing, Mythos. You're amazing. Ah, stop it. I bet you already knew that anyway. Yeah, but I went to school. You figured it out all on your own. That's seriously incredible. Seriously? You're gonna make me blush. Anyway, what brings you by? Taking a little break? Not quite. Actually, we're... What? Then I won't be able to play with you guys anymore? I won't see Genus ever again? We don't know that for sure yet. But there's a chance, so now we're all deciding who wants to wind up where. No way! You can't leave me. We're friends. Can't we just leave everything like it is? No, Mythos. Silveron and Tethealla would keep hurting one another. They'd both be destroyed. Yeah, you're right. I know. I'm sorry for making such a fuss. And he just abruptly leaves. Hey, wait! What happened? Mythos just ran by, and the boy looked distraught. I think the news that he might not ever get to see Genus again hit him pretty hard. Lord and his friends intend to separate Silveron and Tethealla. I mean, they weren't together that long, but I guess it makes sense for them to like each other that much. It's weird. I see, and you suspect travel between the worlds will become difficult? Do you disagree? No, I suspect that's probably right. The two worlds will be cleft apart with no contact between them ever again. Just like the legends, we'll never be able to visit the people of Tethealla way up on the moon. Wait, it was Silveron that moved to the moon. Tethealla is the moon from their perspective. Just like ours is Silveron. What? Okay. Mythos really seems sad. Maybe I should... Don't tell me you're thinking of staying here, Genus. I don't know. I'm sorry. I thought I'd made my peace, but I'm sorry. It's okay. You've still got time. Just not now. What do you suppose the hero Mythos was like? Just like you, I'll bet. Me? They say he had allies with him too, friends like yours, who he traveled the world with, fighting for peace. Yeah? It's kind of nice to know he wasn't all alone. Yeah, it's tough being alone. Okay. Alright, let's go to a different place and see what happens. We're on a world tour with Muhammad, my man. Going each and every place with the mic in a hand. My dad is really stupid? Well, that's random. Why would you say that? Might we... What? Might we be able to visit the Academic Resources Building? This country's research facilities are phenomenal. Yeah, seems like it. Look at how big those books are. Goodness gracious, they're like more than half the size of the lady there. You're like going all the way up to her chest. That's ridiculous. Anyway, you sound so fascinated. No, sorry. Guess it's just not my thing. It may not be mine either, soon. Severing Tethealla from Silverrot will mean an end to any research into its history. I'll be cut from my own past. Be dropping juice cups. Professor, I apologize. I'm sure the others who actually grew up here are going through a great deal more than I am now. Let's hurry to the next site. I would like to visit my daddy's grave. Nothing remains for me here, but if I leave this land, no one will be able to look after him. Persea, it is curious. I am free of many physical bonds, but my heart feels tied down to this place. I know the feeling. It's not easy for anybody to leave their world behind. I know I'd be torn if I were in your shoes. Persea, if you decide you want to stay here in Tethealla, you can. It just means we'll have to say our goodbyes before making the pact with the last summon spirit. I hope you won't, but if that's what you really want, then it's what you should do. I will consider it. Thank you. Please continue to the next destination. Destination. I will be all right. She's not. She's not in my group right now. Whichever party member I put him in, probably blue. I'm headed off for a walk. Well, what do you think? Any impressions of Tethealla? It's amazing. Everything, so I don't know. Advanced. Yeah, including the divide between the rich and the poor. Yeah. I'm not alone in having my entire life planned out for me at birth. Here, pretty much everyone's life prospects hinge on their social status. Let me tell you, it's suffocating. Do you hate it? Tethealla? No, I don't think I do. At any rate, I love it, warts and all. Hey, it's Zelos. What do you want, ankle biter? Yeah. If we catch you, we get a reward. And you think you can bring me in? Nuh-uh, I'm gonna catch you at all. I'm not gonna catch you at all. I'm letting you go, so give me something. Greedy little mooches never grow up to be anything, child. Assuming they even make it to adulthood. Eep. Well, don't go getting caught, Zelos. Bye-bye. Fan of yours? I wonder. Anyway, let's move on to the next city. I'm good on Meltokio. Well, that was a weird conclusion. Please allow me to visit Elysia. I have a responsibility to oversee the well-being of the Lezarino company, but severing the worlds is necessary to avoid creating more tragedies like Elysia's. I can simply choose one over the other. I can't simply choose one over the other. It doesn't have to be about which is more important, Regal. I think coming with us and staying here to guide Tethealla are both equally important, but there's no wrong choice. I wonder which path Alicia and Daddy would have wanted me to choose. I'm sure they would have wanted you to follow your heart, Tethealla. No, I'm sure that's what they do want for you. Huh? My heart? You don't know their parents, you loser. They might be like, what about me? You gonna leave me to die here? Like, they might all of a sudden be, well, we already met Alicia, but the father might be a jerk. The same goes for you, Regal. Forget about which one's worthier or whatever. What is your gut telling you? A fair question. I will consider it. What about everyone else? Do you want to stick with us? Oh, I guess we went to all the places. It's too big a decision to make all at once, huh? Why don't we give them a night to sleep on it? Right, that sounds good. Colette and I will set up camp outside Meltokio. Come once you've made your decision. It's been a while since it was just the two of us. No kidding. Everyone's off in their little corner of the world, thinking about what to do with their lives. Do you think Genus and the professor will stay in Tethealla? And Zelos, Persea, and Regal have even more of a tie to this place. All of them could decide to stay. Yeah. Things could get pretty lonely from here on out. But that's their call to make. I'm supposed to be the chosen, but there's nothing I can do for any of them. Well, here's the thing that they just kind of like blow over. Being a half-elf is like being a third-class citizen. You'd be basically resigning yourself to slavery as a half-elf in Tethealla. So why in the hell would you stay there? Like, seriously. The same thing with, what's his name? Mythos. Like, we established that they were like, they're gonna, they just kind of shove the smart elves in a dungeon and make them do research. Like, for free, as slaves. What? Got my glasses on. Silly. So why would anybody want to stay in a place like that when in the other world the elves are like superior? I don't get it, you know. I mean, look, if I went to another world where black people were the majority and white people were like, I'd go there. I'd be like, oh, you know, it sucks. But you know, not having to worry about cops beating us up is, you know, weird. I'd try to fight for equality, of course. But nobody would understand that I come from a land where white people run everything. Oh, the white people would probably want to just run over there. It'd be weird. I'm tired of having this white privilege over my head. Or they'd be screaming to me about black privilege. I'd be like, well, fair enough. Like, I wouldn't have nothing to say because I know what's up. So, yeah, that's one thing about this story I don't get. We're just kind of like glazing over the fact that elves are slaves in Tethealla. So it's not a matter of whether or not the Genus and the woman whose name I always forget are gonna stay in Tethealla. Why would they? They'd be slaves. If something happened and the police showed up, they wouldn't give the slaves anything. You know what I mean? So I don't understand that. It's an easy choice for me to make. Mythos should have made that choice too. Like, yeah, take me to the other place where everybody likes elves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to be a slave. He spent his whole life being a slave, and he doesn't seem to be bothered by it at all. You know? It's so weird. Maybe the elves have a different disposition about it than everybody else. I mean, that one girl was the Pope's daughter, and she didn't have any agency as to where she's supposed to be in life. You know what I mean? She didn't want to be free or anything like that. She just even kept it a secret that she was the Pope's daughter. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway. The Pope the Pope had a daughter with an elf, and there was a half elf, and the Pope went out of his way to make a decree that would kill elves if they do one thing wrong, or half elves. And he had a daughter, and he made that decree, and she helped out these guys to get out of a bad situation and save Tethealla. And the Pope's law meant that she was going to be executed, right? That's why the guys had to go and save her earlier. And knowing that that's justice in Tethealla should make it pretty easy situation for any half-elves. Since we've been running around not really talking to people, it's been one thing, you know, and since every cop or knight or whatever that we've encountered, we've just beat the snot out of. So it's a little easy to deal with, but snot, yeah. We smacked them so hard, snot came out their nose. But it's weird. Like, who would want to live in that society, you know? If you have a choice. I say it's not as bad for me as a black person, but you know, not enough for me to decide to live in a different place. But here they're still slaves, and it doesn't seem like anybody gives a shit. Like the elves aren't doing anything to change their situation. Why you always put my glasses on upside down? Cute. So yeah, so let's continue, but that is kind of weird. If you're regal, the decision would be obvious as well. It's like you gotta run the damn company. But I mean, it's whatever. I know I have no glasses. I can't read. I'm supposed to be the chosen, but there's nothing I can do for any of them. Even poor Sheena is leaving the rest of the people of Mizuho behind. Leaving the Silverant... Oh, thank you. It's easy to read with my glasses on. Leaving for Silverant all alone has got to be hard for her. It just feels so impotent. You're not. Thank you, Lloyd, but... You're as strong as any of us. We all have tiny little bits we can do. Sure, none of us is all powerful, but pooling all our strength together has gotten us this far, hasn't it? Yeah. We're allies in this, and we're friends. Even once the world gets split, whichever side we're on, that won't change. We'll all keep working together to build the worlds we've been fighting for. As long as we keep that fight up, we'll be a team. No matter how far apart we are, we still have that connection. You're right, we're friends. A little distance can't change that. Right, so whatever everyone chooses, that's fine by me. I've decided to shut up and accept it. I feel the same way. We have to respect everyone's decisions. Now come here and give me some sugar. If everyone's decided, let's hear your answers now. I'm going back to Silverant. I talked it out with Mythos. He's not happy, but he understands. Plus, I promised you I'd stick around for the long haul, Lloyd. I will do the same. Silverant is about to embark on a long rebuilding effort. I suspect there will be a need for a few good teachers. I'm on Team Silverant, but you already knew that. I said my goodbyes to everyone in Mizuho this morning. What about you, Mr. President? I've left the company in George's hands. I ask that you allow me to aid you in assuring that the tragedies end with Alicia. I fear my strength is limited at best, but what strength I have, I offer to you, Lloyd. I will, to be honest, it is still unclear to me which choice is correct. But one thing is clear, if you had not come into my life, time for me would remain at a standstill. I would give what remains of my newfound time to you all. Zelos? Seriously, All of you are choosing exile in some backwater on purpose? I take it that means the minute the worlds separate, there'll be no more need for the chosen. I'll be a free man. May as well explore my freedom in the arms of the honeys and Silverant I've yet to meet. Then we're all together? Seems that way. Alright, let's go, guys. We've got a world to cut in two. And I have a planet of primitive barbarians to try and civilize. Stop with the primitive barbarians already. That's always been the plan, to split the world. Since we found out that they were using people in Silverant and killing them to make X-Spheres, and then bringing them over to Tethealla to, they're really not very clear on this story, are they? Now that I'm thinking about it, it's become more of a story about just splitting the two worlds apart, but they're not really clarifying why they're doing it. That's a good question to ask, Sophia. I'm glad you asked it. So in Silverant, the other world, they had a slave camp of humans in which they would keep experimenting on them until they charged up these things that were in their body called X-Spheres, and then they would take them and bring them over to the other world and use them as power sources like batteries. So everything that was working in Tethealla was being powered by the people that they killed in the slave camps in Silverant. Okay? Don't be breaking my glasses now. Alright? You follow me so far? So we also found out that all of this stuff is happening to help bring forth some sort of angel that they feel is going to cause the salvation of both worlds. But when the angel in charge came down to talk to us about it, it ended up that our girl Colette, who is supposed to be the chosen vessel, the person who the new angel was supposed to take over, was not good enough, apparently. Well, this story is way more confusing than I remembered. Like, seriously, guys, I hadn't thought about it before, but everything that's happened, this kind of gets thrown to the wayside, and they're just like doing one goal without actually explaining why we're doing the goal. I mean, the reason we're separating the worlds is because the mana streams between them are going to cause both of the worlds to explode. But then there's all these extra plots that matter too that nobody's even talking about. It's like the story just kind of like screws itself over in that manner. You still have to deal with the angels, right? Which we haven't seen the whole time, especially Kratos or whatever, right? So those guys are invisible for now. Kratos. I call him Kratos, but it's Kratos in this game. And yeah, that's weird. So yeah, think we're gonna have to let's go ahead and finish this up. But for now, I'm hungry, so it's breakfast time. Those socks? Oh, those are my wristbands. Did you guys eat breakfast?